This has been an absolutely unbelievable week. My new album, Radical Optimism, is out.
And Dua Lipa spent Sunday night of release week, giving a free surprise mini concert in Times Square, as you do.
All right, let's go!
And that was the night after she was both the host and the musical guest on Saturday Night Live, where she performed 2 of the new tracks from the album. Radical Optimism is a good way to frame the third album, which has to follow up the end of a Grammy-winning era in future nostalgia. But Optimism only gets you so far. Dua had to deliver in the music.
Catch me or I go Houdini.
First single, Houdini, peaked at number 11. And then Training Season peaked at number 27. And just released a few weeks ago, third single, Illusion, is at number 43.
His favorite track from girlfriend Dua Lipa's new album is Illusion.
Oh, I'm the dancing type anyway, yeah. Oh yeah, I like the boogie.
And all 3 were well received by fans, so yeah, it was correct to be optimistic about the other 8 songs that we hear once the album came out. On album release day, people like Donatella Versace and Marc Jacobs showed their support on Instagram. Well, okay then. While Julia Michaels sent her congrats, and Tove Lo commented, I don't know if this is something more than just wee. Is this something more than just wee? I don't know, let me know. And then the reviews started to come in. And the reviews are really weird. I grabbed a bunch of them, and it's like, when you read them, it sounds like they don't really like the album, or at least they're not going to give it as a good a rating as they end up doing. The Associated Press called Radical Optimism controlled dance pop. That seems like it's kind of a diss, but no, it's not. They love the album. Anyways, Variety gave it 4 out of 5, saying it's a joyous blast of pop savvy. The Guardian also gave it 4 stars, calling it a banger-filled missive from Datingland. Okay. Slant was another 4-star, saying despite their short run times, many of the songs on the album still managed to pack a punch. Oh, we're gonna get that song. Don't worry, we're gonna get that song. Los Angeles Times said in their headline that Dua is a pop star with no lore. I had to look up the definition of lore. I still don't understand what they're saying with that sentence. But then they gave the album 3.5 out of 5. So that's a pretty solid rating, so I don't know what's happening here. Pitchfork gave it 6.6 out of 10, saying Dua's star power sounds muffled, and the album has many interesting ideas for songs at a surprisingly low hit rate. Rolling Stone gave it 6 out of 10, claiming it's at times a watered-down version of future nostalgia. I bet The Independent would call that review blasphemy, because they give it 5 out of 5, saying it's going to get bodies on the dance floor. Now, starting off the week, sales predictions had her moving like 50 to 55,000 units. And then, yeah, it started to be, you could be a little more optimistic as the week went on. So I think it was by like Tuesday, I heard or read like 70,000. And now that the week is over, and we just have to wait for Billboard to calculate the numbers, estimates have it at like 84,000. That would mean Dua debuts number 2, the highest position ever for one of her albums. And if estimates hold with that 84,000, it's going to be her biggest sales week ever. Boom! Now, Friday is when the UK calculates their numbers, and Dua revealed on Instagram, Radical Optimism, number 1 album in UK. That's her first number 1 album in Great Britain, and she had the biggest sales week for British female artists since Adele in 2021. And take a look at the Spotify daily numbers. Obviously, the first day is the biggest, but after that first drop, look how consistent the streams were for the rest of the week. It's a hit. So yeah, you don't need to be optimistic about how the album launch went. It went really, really well. And if you said it didn't, you're creating an illusion, like Houdini.
Radical Optimism was always something that was on the top of my mind. I was like, that's what I want to call the record.
And who are these fools that were underwhelmed by this album? I listened to it today. I listened to it like 3 times in a row. It's awesome. Beyond these solid, catchy singles, yeah, Dua mixes up her style a little bit. And I would say, I know it's early days, but I would say my 2 favorite Dua Lipa songs are on this album. Ready for it? You're there.
But if these walls could talk, we used to do anything for love.
Well, that beat kicked in on Anything for Love. Oh, did my body move? I'm glad I wasn't on camera. I'm giving this album an A-. Fantastic. Is that radical for you though? What are your thoughts on Dua's third album?